Check out Artlist. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Trading Crypto live stream. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday. I know I did. um Crypto market still looking pretty crazy. Eating some leftovers. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, I had a great Thanksgiving. Gotta love the leftovers. So yeah, give me a 1 2 1 2. Everything sound good? Music sounds good. Music's not too loud. I'm coming in clear, and then we'll get started. Yeah, Chronotech, man. I was chilling Chronotech for a while and then I just stopped. And my last video I made, I said we need to keep an eye on that $180, $200 range, and shortly after that it took off. I should have got in there. It had that capitulation event. We can go over Chronos a little bit later in the live stream. I ran out of time. Okay, so we're gonna just look at BTC real quick. I did a video on this earlier this morning, comparing last bear market, which is right here, to the bear market that we're currently in right now. And okay, so yeah, and it's looking very, very similar to me. I'm going to show you guys why. So this was the 2018 bear market. You can see we actually bottomed here in December 24th. And what I'm kind of seeing here is a very similar situation. You can see we had a long-term consolidation right there in 2018. That was a very, very boring time in 2018. You can see we had that very long consolidation period recently here for BTC, which you guys probably remember. It was just nothing. BTC wasn't moving. Nothing was really moving. And then FTX collapsed, and that's what caused that red candle right there. So very similar to 2018. We had this huge red candle right here in November 19th, followed by one green candle. If you look what's happening right here in the current state, we had that one big red candle followed by the green candle, followed by two more red candles that brought the final capitulation in for BTC. And I still think that is going to be the history doesn't repeat what it does rhyme. That's kind of what I'm looking for here on Bitcoin. And that would actually capitulate right down to that $14,000 range that everyone's looking for. I know everyone's calling for $10,000, which is the main volume area on the week chart. You can look at the volume here. If we just look at the lifetime of BTC, the main volume area is around that $9,000, $10,000 BTC. But I'm looking for $14,000 quant, or not quant, $14,000 BTC. That would play into the previous three bear markets. You can see we're still in the technical parameters of a bear market right here. Everyone's saying this is the worst bear market ever, but we're still in the technical parameters. These red boxes are the parameters of the bear market. If we do break below this red box, then we're gonna have to reassess the situation, because that'd be the first time that we broke below the technicals of these last two bear markets. So just following that, if we do hit 14,000, I probably will put the rest of my dry powder in, regardless of if we go lower. I've been holding out for quite a while now, and if we go a little bit lower, that'll be fine, but I'm getting in at 14 and just holding on from there. What I think could happen is we could be hitting the main support here at around that $13,700, $14,000 area. We could see a possible wick down to that, 12, 13 range, but I think it'll be a quick recovery, similar to here how we had that bounce down to around 3,000 in 2018, followed by a really big green candle. Similar to note here, actually something to note here as well, each one of these bottoms was actually on the WTX. It actually printed a buy signal on the WTX. So we printed a buy signal here in 2014 that actually initiated the bottom. We printed a buy signal on the WTX down here in 2019. That was the actual buy or bottom. The crazy part about this one is a lot of indicators are flashing the bottom previously on this last dip in July that everyone thought was the bottom. It even flashed the buy signal here on the WTX, which if we were just going by these indicators, that would have called the bottom right there. But unfortunately that was not. And what I'm kind of looking for here is if this WTX prints another buy signal, I think that might be the actual bottom on BTC. So that's kind of what I'm keeping an eye on here, is this WTX, MACD, and RSI for the next buy signal on the WTX. And once we get that next buy signal on the WTX, that's when I'll most likely be putting the rest of my funds in, and that's most likely to be happening around this $14,000 range for BTC, which I think is going to be coming here pretty soon. That's just something I want to point out here, the similarities between the 2018 bear market and where we're currently at right now. You can see we actually we're looking at the week chart here, because the week chart is mostly what we look at here for the long-term time frame comparisons on BTC. And you can see we actually broke below the support here at that $17,000 range, and we're currently testing it as a resistance right now on this week long candle. If we look at the MACD is starting to head towards a bearish sentiment. The RSI is pretty low, heading down to around 24, and this WTX is getting pretty close to enter the green area. So I don't think it's that much longer until BTC bottoms. I know everyone's calling this 10,000, which is the main volume area, but I think this $14,000 is going to be the main bottom for BTC. Could we possibly wick down here? Absolutely. Which sound like a broken record. Once we hit that $14,000 area, I'm depositing the rest of my funds into crypto, and I'll hold from there. It's still going to be a fantastic entry point in my personal opinion. Even if we go lower, if we buy here at 14,000, I think we're still golden. Just patience is the name of the game. So with that, that's my BTC prediction. We'll get into your guys' requests now. So we got EWT and MNW. So EWT, let's see what's going on with that. So Energy Web EWT is up 6.4% at $4.24. You have 100 million max supply with 43 million in circulation and 184 million market cap. All-time high in this was $22 at the last bull run. All-time low was 2 years ago at 54 cents. You can pick this coin up on the following exchanges down here. Kraken and KuCoin seem to be the biggest ones that you can pick it up on. So here we are, EWT. Sorry, I changed the music. That was putting me to sleep.
I want to unwrap this.
So here's EWT. We'll start this fresh. So as of right now, EWT, if you look at the MACD, we actually did have a bearish fake out here. We actually got really close to crossing over. Well, this is the week time frame. We want to look at a smaller time frame. I'll get into the flow of things. So if we just look at the MACD right now, the MACD is actually running in a bullish sentiment. The RSI is pretty high. The WTX hasn't printed a sell signal yet. If we just take a general look at the RSI and where we normally top out at, it looks like we normally top out around that 77. Yeah, we dip above it occasionally. If we just look at the long-term time frame of this, every time we get up to this general area, that's usually the top. We really don't enter the overbought territory on the RSI for this coin that often. So that's going to be something we need to take into consideration here with where we're currently at, because we're currently at that level right now. So what I'm going to be kind of looking for, I'm going to draw a fib on this for a little bit, but just taking a general look at it without me drawing any indicators on top of it right now, is we are above the main volume area at $4.16. If we continue higher from here, the next main resistance area is $4.61. Can we go that high? Absolutely. I mean, we do enter the overbought area every now and again. This is a pretty great or pretty nice uptrend that we're currently on. So let's draw a fib on this and see what's going on. We'll go from the bottom of the uptrend to the top of the uptrend. So as of right now, we're actually looking pretty dang bullish. This thing looks like it does want to enter the overbought territory. What we really need to focus on here is getting back over this high at $4.36. If we get over $4.36, I think the highest that we go before we start seeing a drop here is $4.61. So can a move up here be possible? Absolutely. That would bring us overbought here. We'd probably get a sell signal on the WTX and the MACD would play out. So that would be approximately a, what was that? Another 10% gain from here. So what we really need to focus on here is that that resistance that we currently had on the previous wick here at 436, 440. If you get over 440, you can see the volume starts falling off pretty hard until we get to this resistance at 462. And I think that would be the general top. And then we'd see that retracement back down to the main volume area. That would still be bullish in my personal opinion, because you can see the low is right here. That would be putting in a higher high, and then you'd actually be putting in a higher low as well. That would allow the indicators to retrace and cool down a little bit. We can stop and pick up some moon juice at the moon juice factory, and then possibly continue higher from there. But for the short term right now, I think we're going to be bullish on this coin. I think the RSI is going to enter the overbought territory, and we're going to be continuing up to a possible top of around $4.60. Let's just look at the shorter time frame and see how that compares. So short-term time frame, we're actually already overbought. You can see we're actually about ready to flip bearish on the MACD. RSI is overbought. We keep flashing these sell signals here, but continuing to go up higher. So similar to the 4-hour chart, in order for us to continue higher, we really need to focus on getting over that $4.35 area. So keep that as an eye as one of our main resistance areas. If we get rejected this 435, then there's going to be most likely a retracement at that point. So I'm going to say that should be the storyteller. That's going to be the go point. If you're keeping an eye on this price right here, keep an eye on 435. If you see a candle wick up past 435, that's your go point, and then we're going to be looking out at the next run up to around $4.60 or the 236 here at 475. But on the short-term time frame, it's looking bearish. But on the 4-hour chart is what I mainly chart and what I mainly do my trading on, and it's rather successful. I'd be keeping an eye on that 436. You break above that, I think the highest that we would go is 460 before we start seeing some sort of retracement on it. So I'm going to be bullish on Energy Web token for the short term. So Morpheus Morpheus Network is the next one. Up 0.4% at $1.30, 47 million max, 37 million in circulation, and a small market cap. I remember going over this. This is definitely a good setup for a possible moonshot gamble if it survives the bear market. With the low max supply and the low market cap, can definitely run. This probably was up pretty decently in the last bull run. You can see, it wasn't crazy high. The last bull run was up to 546. But if you would have bought 4 years ago, you'd be up 13,000% right now in the bear market. That's crazy. Shows you the power of diamond hands. Just hold. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Looks like KuCoin being the leader. So let's look at some MNW real quick. So MNW. So we're to look at the 4 hour. Let's actually start with the 1 hour. We'll start with the 1 hour, then go to the 4 hour. You can see what it's doing on the short-term time frame, and then work our way up to the 4 hour chart. So on the 1 hour time frame, this is actually looking pretty good. If we look at the RSI, we actually flashed a buy signal for quite a while, and we did flash a buy signal on the WTX as well. We also had a bullish crossover here on the MACD. So I think the next main area that we really need to keep a focus on for MNW is the main volume area here at $1.35. You can see there's a lot of price action around that $1.35 main volume area. So once we get up there, the price is going to be pretty volatile. You can see when you're above it, it acts as great support, and when you're below it, it acts as pretty heavy resistance. So for the short term right now, I think that's going to be the general move without me drawing any fibs on this. So if I draw a fib on this, you can see we currently just broke above the 786, which is a good sign. You can see there's a huge gap here all the way up to the 618 on the volume. So if we continue upwards to and we get over $1.30, the next stop will most likely be the 618 at 133. Get over 133, and that main volume area is going to be very difficult to get over. You can see it's actually on the 0.5 resistance as well. The only thing that we got going for this is we do have a lot of momentum here. We got a lot of momentum on the RSI, a lot of room to run to the upside. We got some momentum here on the MACD as well. If we just take a general look, every time we've been overbought here, we've ran up pretty much to 77 besides November right here. So you can see we're overbought here in November 9th on the RSI. We actually printed a buy signal here on the WTX. We ran all the way up to around 68. So that was a pretty large move there. Similar situation back here on November 13th. We got double buy signals on the WTX RSI, ran to the overbought, and we just got that flash again. So if we do enter that overbought territory, that would most likely bring us up to the 38 or the 386 main resistance area at around $1.40. So history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme, and these are pretty good signs that we're going to be seeing a decent sized movement up, because every time we've entered an overbought territory, more likely than not, we've had a decent sized run up on the RSI. Doesn't happen every time though, so that's just something to take into consideration, but it happens more often than not. So short term right now, what we'll be keeping an eye on here is moving up to the 618 at around 133. There's a huge gap right here on the volume area, so I'm expecting some quick movement through this general area. You can see this gap area that we have right here. As soon as we hit it on the downtrend, we got a huge red candle. So if we're on the uptrend and we hit that, we'll most likely get a large green candle moving up to where there's more volume, up to around 134, 135 area. So let's keep it on the 618 at 133. Break above 133, we have to contend with this main resistance area at 136. Break above that, I think the highest that we go is going to be up to this general area right here. You can see we are putting in lower highs. If we just look at the larger time frame, you can see we have a high here, a low here, a high here, a low here, and they're constantly making higher lower highs and lower lows except right here. So this could possibly be a reversal as well. So that's just something to take into consideration. But more look at the time frame, or more look at the shorter time frame. Since this is the 1 hour, we need to keep an eye on the 618 at 133. So let's jump over to the 4 hour and see what's happening there. So similar situation, the 4 hour. The 4 hour actually looks more bullish than the 1 hour to me. You can see the MACD is about ready to flip bullish. RSI is tailing back up, and the WTX is also tailing back up. So movement to the upside is definitely, I would be more likely than not for this coin in the short term. Main area we need to focus on still is that 618 here on the 4 hour chart at 133. Break above that, we have this huge gap that needs to get filled, and I think the highest that we go, I'll put a star here. So if I come back to this chart later, we chart it again, that I'll know where I generally predicted this price to go. But it's kind of looking like we are going to be going up to this general area at around 139 to 140, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. That would let the MACD play out. RSI would enter its local top at around 72, and then the WTX would also be up around 27 to 19. So something like this definitely looks like it's going to be the case more often than not, unless Grayscale shits the bed and we find out they have to sell a shit ton of Bitcoin, then everything's going to go down the drain. But we're going to pretend that's not happening right now, and we're just going to go by the technicals on the screen. So let's hit up quant. So quant's up 5.5 at $118.84. I actually came across a pretty interesting website called Dashboards. Dashboards here, where you can pretty much type in any coin that you want, and it gives you a lot of data on it. So that's what I did this morning on my quant video. I typed in quant. There's 4 different things on here, and I think I went to this quant token on-chain data. It gives you a lot of really good information on quant, such as the wallets that hold less than 0 quant, so like a half a quant, 96,000. People who own less, or who own more than 100 quant, 84,000. And there's just a lot of good data on here that we went over in the previous quant video today. So if you want me to go in depth on this, I can, or you can just go check out that video that I posted earlier today. So yeah, go check out that video I posted earlier today on quant. There's a lot of really good information. And if you guys do your own TA and stuff and want to find out where this is at, it's called duneanalytics.com or dune.com. There's a lot of good information on here, and you can pretty much type in any coin you want, and it gives you really good in-depth information on coins. So quant is up 5.6 at 118. So quant, we'll still look at the 1 hour, then we'll look at the 4 hour. The 1 hour chart here, you can see we are in the overbought territory in the RSI. We're pretty high in the WTX, and the MACD is starting to head back down. This looks like it's been a general resistance area in the past. If I just draw the line where we're currently at here, it's a red line. I'm going to turn it solid. Blue. You can see this is a general area where we've been topping out and having some sort of support resistance, even though it's not showing on the dash lines. You can see back here, we tested it as resistance on November 17th, tested it as resistance here on November 19th, tested as support here on the 18th. So we're in that general area where we've been hovering around and having some general volatility. Just judging by the way that the indicators are looking, it's looking like we're going to be heading back down. In the short term, this is the 1 hour chart. So in the short term right now, what I'm going to be looking for is a retracement back down to this main volume area at around $114. And then we would assess the situation at that time. If I drew a fib on this, it'd probably give us a little bit more detail. Yeah, so if we do retrace back down, you can see that 236 is sitting exactly on top of that main volume area. And that main volume area also has a lot of volatility around it. So we're pretty much in a general area of high volatility between that $120 and $115 area. So for the short term right now, even though this candle's green, can we go up above that? Absolutely. But just judging by all the indicators right here in the past history of what usually happens when these indicators are at these levels, it's normally a retracement. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on a retracement back down to this main volume area at around 114. If we break below that, 382 is down here at $111. I still think we might be seeing an $85 quant here in the future. I still think we see one more big dip on BTC that brings in the bottom. We're just having a nice relief rally here. People are, of course, quant goes against BTC quite a bit. So if we look at the quant 4 hour, this is mainly what I chart my quant on. The 4 hour and the day. I use the day chart for quant quite often. That's the chart or the time frame I use to call that $100 quant retracement. So similar to the 1 hour chart, you can see we're actually, well, not similar to the 1 hour chart. We're actually bullish. You can see we're actually moving higher on the MACD, moving higher on the RSI, and the WTX is not in the red yet. Every time we've entered the sell area on the WTX, we have had a decent sized retracement for quant. We're in that general volatility area, like I mentioned in the 1 hour chart. And if we do see that retracement right here, there's a huge gap at around $117. If we hit that gap, it's going to be a quick red candle down to around 114. And inevitably, you can see the main volume on the 4 hour chart is that $109 area. And that's what I'm thinking we're to be generally retracing to. If we start seeing BTC starting to slip back down, I think we're to be seeing that retracement down to the 382 at 111 and eventually bleed back down to this main volume area at around 109 and then assess the situation at that time. So I'm currently not accumulating any quant right now because I strongly believe that we are going to be seeing $85 quant or lower one more time in this bear market. And I think one more time and that'll be it. And then from there, I don't think quant will ever go back. So for quant right now, I'm kind of calling a retracement, but let's look at the day chart. This is what I do my longer TAs for on quant. I don't normally chart this on my videos. This is more what I look at for myself. But we can take a look at it. So on the day chart, you can see that main volume's at 104. And what I'm calling that $85 quant for is that 1618 right down here. That's kind of what I'm looking for, is that 1618 retracement down to this general area at around $86, $85. Do I think we're gonna hit it? Absolutely, I do. On the day chart here, yes, we are bullish. We're currently working up on the MACD. We're currently working up on the RSI, and the WTX is pretty low. But catalysts outpower technical analysis and indicators. So say Grayscale goes bankrupt and everything like that, the indicators aren't going to mean jack shit with that sort of catalyst that'll push this down. So short term right now, well, this is more longer term. Longer term would be bearish on quant. I'm going to have to be bearish on quant. I was bearish on quant when we started running up here, and then we had that $100 retracement. So could it be right? Yes. Could I be wrong? Yes. And if we never come back down to the $85 quant, I'm comfortable with the amount of quant that I own. And hopefully you guys were able to pick some up when we hit that $100 area. So just to sum it all up, I think we might be getting some better buying opportunities for quant in the future. For the short term, keep an eye on a retracement to 115 and then 110. YFII. Be informed that there's a possibility of an ongoing pump and dump activity occurring on YFII. I noticed this in the, I think Chef actually pointed it out, when BTC pumps, YFI dumps, and when BTC dumps, YFI pumps. And with a low max supply and low circulating supply, it's very, very easy to manipulate this coin and the small market cap. You can actually long and short this on MEXC as well, which could equal some massive gains if you do it correctly, but it could also equal some massive losses if it goes against the way that you put your leverage. So short term right now, well, not short term, not even teenager right now. So just keep an eye on the low max supply and the low market cap. Definitely could be super volatile to the up and down side. This actually got higher, or you can see it actually went up to 9,251 at the top of the last bull run, not last bull run, but the previous bull run. And we had an all-time low of $97. Looks like last time I charted YFII, I said we need to keep an eye on, what is this area? The 236. We actually wicked. We really didn't reach that general area, but we did wick up there. So I don't know if I'll count that as a win or not. But as soon as we hit that 236, you can see we were massively overbought. That was the straight indicator right there. We were overbought for so long on this. We were just printing sell signals, massively overbought on the RSI. MACD was pretty high as well. So I knew there was going to be some sort of retracement on this. I didn't know it was going to be this large. Man, if we would have shorted up here at $4,000, imagine how good of profit you'd be in right now for YFII. So for short term right now, though, you can see that when we do enter the overbought territory, we do stay there for a while. And this thing rarely prints. If we zoom out, we rarely print buy signals on the WTX. The last time we printed a buy signal was in September on the WTX. And since then, we've been coming down to generally around -37. And you can see the -37 was September 26th. So a possible reversal right here. This could be the possible bottom for YFII in the short term, which is around that $1,042, $1,000 area. And we could be working our way on the next larger run up for YFII here. You can see it's a bear market and this thing absolutely ran. But just like it said right here, be informed that there's a possible ongoing pump and dump activity occurring. So I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe that's what possibly happened here. They pumped it, they dumped it, and now we're going to return back to some, normality and some normal sideways movement on YFI since the pump and dump is over. You never know. So definitely be careful. Let me redraw some of these fibs here since we had that retracement. Where are we going to go? We're going to bottom of this top right here. And then we'll zoom in the short-term time frame here. So this is the 4-hour chart. Let's look at the 1-hour chart and see what this thing's doing on a smaller time frame before we jump to the 4-hour. So short-term time frame, I mean, look at this thing. This thing is just printing buy signals on the WTX, just printing them. Similar to when we were overbought, it was printing sell. So, I mean, the indicators are saying, hey, it might be a good time to buy some YFII here. We might be seeing another pump after this. So in the short term, it's looking bullish. I mean, look how long we've been in this overbought or oversold territory for, and we've printed buy signals 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the WTX. And you can see the main volume area, we're actually above that at 1,221. So what we need to keep an eye on here is 1,246. If we get over 1,226, you can see there's a pretty large gap until we get up to the 618. So if we get over the 786 here at let's just say it's around 1,250, 1,250, it's going to be a pretty quick green candle up to the 618 at around 1,400 from that point. And then we can assess the situation at the time. But you can see this general area, as the higher we go, the less volume we have. So the quicker we will see some upwards movement. So you can see once we get over, what is this? Once we get over the 236 right here at 1772, it's a huge gap. So there could be some huge run-ups from that point on. So for the short term, we should just be monitoring these general areas, the 786, 618, and 382 area. We're not over the 786 yet. This is all dependent on us getting over the 786 and continuing higher on these fib areas. So for the short term right now, I'm going to be keeping that. I think we're going to be working up to that 786 area at around 1,250. Get over 1,250, it's going to be a quick movement up to around the 618. And you can see that at the 618, there's a lot of volume there, but it's just a very tight frame of volume. So even if we get to the 618 at 1,400, as soon as we get to over 14, let's say 1433, the volume dies right off until we get up to the 382. Similar to that, if we get over the 382, you can see the volume dies right off. So it could be seeing some really quick movements up here for YFI. We actually did get that buy signal right here on the 25th, and it actually is valid. You can see we actually got out of the overbought territory in the RSI. The WTX got out of the green area, and the MACD is stagnant sideways, but it is starting to rise slowly. So I'm going to be bullish on YFI. I'm actually going to keep a close eye on it because I might want to enter long. If we get over the 786 here, I might just do a short-term long on it from 1250 all the way up to the 618 area around 1393. That would be that'd be a 12% gain. So 12% gain. I normally do 20x on my longs. So that's just something to keep an eye on there for YFII. And getting wrecked lately. Yeah, I haven't been doing any shorts or longs lately. I've just been taking a break. Yeah, this definitely looks like a bottom. You can see we're on the 4-hour here. 4-hour here, WTX is pretty much at the bottom where the lowest we've been. You can see we generally don't dip down to this area. RSI is definitely reset. RSI hasn't been this low in a long time. We had that huge bearish movement on the MACD. That's massive there. But we did start crossing over bullish. So that bullishness that we talked about in the 1-hour chart is still valid here, guys. So what we need to keep an eye on here is getting over that 786. The 786 here is around that 1250, so same area. And that, oh shit, then you have the main volume area to contend with at around 1225. So If we do get over the 786, I think the main area that we need to focus on is this area, because this is where a lot of the volume is. And then once we get over the 618, it's all ignitions go. So this is going to be where we're going to be seeing a lot of volatility after we get over the 786 right there. So if we do get over the 786 and we do continue higher, the official launch point would be getting over the 618 at around 1400. See, once we get over 1400, there's a huge ass gap all the way up to around 1867 on the short term or on the 4-hour time frame. And by a gap, I mean, you can see as soon as we fell below this 382 here, you can see this huge gap on the volume. You can see these huge candles here. You just get huge movements in that gap area. Similar to back here, we hit that gap, we got over the 618 here. That gap got filled very, very fast. So what I might be actually keeping on, I might actually wait to put a long on this until we get up to the 618. So once we get over the 618 and hit this gap right here, it's going to be all ignitions go until we get up to this general 236 area at 17.7. So maybe it might be a good idea to try to play this gap here on YFII. That'd be something to keep an eye on. Because you can see as soon as we hit that gap, we do have some large candles and some very, very quick movements. But in the short term, we're looking bullish. I mainly look at the 4-hour charts, and there's a lot of volatility that's going to happen between the 786, 618 area. So I think I'm going to hold off on putting a long on this until we get to the 618 area. I might enter my long at around, might put a limit order or a trigger limit at around 14.25, 14.30. And then once we hit that, I think it's going to be all ignitions go and just wait. So I'm going to put this on my watch list and keep an eye on it, but it's looking bullish, guys. What we really want for YFII is to get up to this gap right here. I probably sound like a broken record, but that's where you're going to make your gains, is that gap. So KSM. So KSM's up 0.6% at $26. Oh, the main volume here is all the way up here at 35. Let's look at the short-term time frame here in the 1 hour. So 1 hour, we're having a very, very difficult time getting over this resistance area at 2660. We're pretty high in the RSI. WTX definitely has room to run. MACD is bearish, about ready to flip bullish, but you can see we really haven't had any large movements on the MACD as well. So if we draw a fib on this, bottom the top right here, our go point for KSM is if we get over $27. You get over $27, your next stop will be $27.75, and then continuing up from there. Since when did they start doing commercials in the middle of live streams? That was weird. Yeah, for KSM right now in the short-term time frame, what we really need to focus on is getting over this resistance at 2661. We get over 2661, next stop is going to be 27, and then our go point is 27. If we get over 27, it's going to be a quick run up to 27.75 on the short-term time frame. But let's look at the 4-hour chart. So the 4-hour chart here for KSM, you can see we just started flipping bearish on the MACD. RSI is pretty high. WTX is also pretty high. So what we're to be keeping an eye on here is it's kind of looking like we're going to see a slight retracement before we continue higher. That slight retracement is going to be down to the 236 here at 2613. If we break below that 2613, you can see there's a huge ass gap there as well. So possible short entry if you get down below $26. You can see there's a big gap right here as well, similar to YFII. As soon as we hit this gap, you can see we had that huge green run up right there. Similar when we hit that huge gap on the downside. Let me zoom in here. When we hit that gap on the downside, it moved down very, very fast as well. You can see as soon as we hit the gap right here, it was pretty quick movement to the downside. So if you want to be bullish on KSM, we need to stay above $26. As soon as we start dipping below that, it's gonna be a quick fill, quick gap fill. So I'm gonna have to be bearish on this. Keep an eye on 236. We break below that, it's gonna be a really quick drop down to 25. So possible short entry at around $26. I'd probably put it at 25.75. What happened to what? Am I not streaming anymore? Yo, give me a 1-2-1-2 if you can hear me. Just ended. Nah, I'm still live. It's showing still live on my end. So you sure I'm ended? Did anyone else see me? Can you make a chain link? So I'm still live. Okay. Oh, we hear you. Okay, cool. Don't know what that was all about, but thank goodness it we got through it. So we're still live. So for KSM, what I'm gonna be is bearish back down to the 0.5 at around 25.22, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. So our next one is Ren from Chef Natron. So we had a nice run up here, and I actually put in my Discord channel. I'm a part of a VIP, well, I guess you can say a VIP membership that calls out shorts and longs and stuff like that. And I actually post those. It's probably not the right thing to do, but I take what they say and I actually post them on my Discord to give you guys a little bit of a heads up on well. And they actually called Ren short today at around 11:11. And you can see we actually wicked up to that main resistance area here, and we're starting that downtrend. We actually just printed on this 4-hour candle. This 4-hour candle right now ends in approximately 2 hours and 51 minutes. We just printed on the WTX a sell signal. So Ren might be pretty damn good for a short right now. You can see there's a huge gap right here that needs to get filled. So for Ren right now, I think a short is a very good, not financially, very good play right now. I'm actually going to write this down. I probably will enter a short on Ren after this live stream. Short term, let's draw a fib on this. Yeah, so we're currently, well, let's see. Yeah, we're currently being held up by the 236. We break below, wow, we break below the 236. We have the 382 right here, but I don't think the 382 is going to hold this thing up. I think we're going to be seeing that quick capitulation down to around 9.2. So Ren is looking extremely bearish for me, guys. I mean, we just got overbought on the RSI. We just printed a sell signal on the WTX. So short on Ren is going to be the play here. I think a big retracement down to the 0.5 at around 9 cents is going to be the play. And then we'll have to assess the situation at that time. Whoops. Give me 1 sec. I'm trying to, maybe this will help the stream. Okay. So as of right now, Ren looks fantastic for a short. I think we're going to be retracing back down to around 9 cents, 9.3 or 9.2 area right here. Short-term time frame. Let's see what's going on in the short-term time frame. Short-term time frame, we actually just started flipping bearish on the MACD. Started flipping. We're well overbought on the RSI. We did print a sell signal previously earlier today. So Ren is looking very bearish, guys. Keep an eye on a retracement for that down to around 9 cents. Just a matter of time. You see this candle's growing right here. As soon as we start breaking below 10 cents, we break below 10 cents, it's gonna be Armageddon. Quick drop down. With that, it seems like yeah, it looks like I probably dropped for a bit. As soon as I did that, it looks like everyone logged off the live stream. So there's still a couple people here. Maybe they'll hop back on. So where are we at? Did KSM, we did Ren. Time to get YFII. Yeah, YFII is looking pretty dang good. Ren's looking fantastic for a short. So what are we looking at now? We looked at quant. Let's look at Solana. So Solana here. I know everyone in the grandma is either shorting or longing Solana right now. So Solana's at 1436. I actually have my limit buy at 1375. You can see there's a nice gap that needs to be filled here. And we actually jumped over this volume area. We actually went from 1310, huge run up to around 1404. Maybe they all jumped off the short Ren. That's possible. Bottom of the type right here, we're looking at Solana. Solana is about ready to flip bullish on the MACD. The RSI is pretty high though. So a movement to the upside, I don't think is going to be the case. This 236 right here is acting as hella resistance. You can see earlier yesterday, we tested that out on the 1 hour chart and got rejected. We're currently at it right now, having some sort of resistance as well. If I'm signed out, I can see this stream. That's weird. So for Solana right now, what I'm gonna be looking for is this huge gap fill down to the 618 at around 1360, but you can see last time we blew right through that. So we could be seeing a quick capitulation down on the 786 at 1324. So that's kind of what I'm keeping an eye for. I do have a trigger limit set for a short on Solana at 1375. So if we get to that 1375, which is just below this 0.5 here, I'm going to try to ride that down to the 786 at 1325 for a 20x short. So for Solana right now, I'm going to have to be bearish, even though we are looking pretty not pretty bullish. The indicators are looking kind of bullish. You can see we just had a bullish crossover in the MACD, but we're well overbought on the RSI. We were overbought for so long here, and the RSI hasn't had enough time to actually retrace to a decent sized level, in my personal opinion. So on the short term, I'm gonna have to be bearish on Sol. Let's see what it's looking like on the 4 hour. Four-hour chart, you can see we had a bearish fake out on the MACD. We had a red. Oh no, that just flipped red right now. So yeah, we actually just flipped red on the MACD earlier yesterday. And what is this? WTX is actually at a local top 2. This is a general area where we top out on the WTX. So Solana is looking like it's going to see a drop here, guys. I think we're going to be seeing is possibly up to around 1450 as a top, possible wick up to there. And then we can start that retracement. You can see we're having a lot of price action around this main volume area at around $14.20. But I think the time for Solana, we had that decent sized rally. I think that time for Solana retracement is going to be happening here pretty soon. I think short term, this is what we'll be looking for. Drop down on the 618 at 1360. That breaks. You have the 786 down here. You can see there's a huge gap that needs to be filled. So I'm gonna be bearish on Solana. Honestly though, I think I'd rather have that Ren short than the Solana short right now. That Ren short is looking pretty damn tasty. Hopefully I'll be able to catch it when I'm off the live stream. Hopefully it didn't start capitulating before I get off the live stream. Oh boy. So what coins you guys looking at? What coins you guys want me to look at? So we did quite a few. Let's see what's pumping today. See if anything's pumping today. Again, quit, and again. Yeah, go ahead and jump on it while you're on. Okay, yeah, give me a sec, guys. I'm actually going to jump on that Ren short real quick. So I'm just let the music play. Let me just jump on that Ren short real fast. I break out my phone. That's why I like doing the live streams, man. We get to look at so many coins together. Okay, one sec. Gotta enter that Ren short. Looking tasty as fuck. The limit. Let's toss in a couple hundred. 20x. Open short. Liquidation price. There we go. There we go. We are entered. Well, let's see if it plays out. Okay, time to get back to the stream. Okay, we rocking and rolling. So far we discovered Ren's looking pretty damn good. So I just took a little break there to enter my short on it. We'll see if it plays out. Who knows? I usually have bad luck, so I'll probably get wrecked. So where are we at here? Maybe I'll jump off short Ren. Go ahead, jump on it. We did that. So time EWT, please. So we did EWT at the beginning. Let's see. EWT, I think. Yeah, we did EWT at the beginning. We did. Oh yeah, we haven't done time yet. Time absolutely ran. I think I did it on this one last time. Yeah, man, this thing absolutely ran. I was pointing out the similarities to the last time I did this. So last time I did this, this isn't the rate. I think we used KuCoin last. No, it wasn't KuCoin. I guess it had to be Coinbase last time I did this. Yeah, it did. So what I was pointing out is here is the last time this happened, very, very similar to the previous run up in July. We had the well, before this, we actually had the 1, 2, 3 continuation. Why are there so many commercials? Gosh, dang. So yeah, I personally would not be buying into this right now. I think we recently topped. My indicators are gone too. Man, what's going on? This is a very, very poor stream on my part. I'm sorry, guys. So YFI, I remember calling we had the 3 run-ups at the 1, 2, 3. We had to look for the similarities, the 1, 2, 3 to the previous 3 run-ups. We had that 1, 2, 3, and that actually took place right there. As of right now, we are massively, yeah, YouTube's getting very greedy. I've never had commercials on my live stream before. So we were actually well overbought. You can see we actually continue to flash sell signals. We're actually flashing sell signals on the RSI as well, and the MACD is extremely high. So I personally would not be investing in this right now. Could we go higher? I mean, we could. I mean, we were overbought right here previously when we were at 78 and we had this initial run up here. But if you didn't catch us on the first run up or the second run up, I would not be investing in it right now. I think in the short term right now, we're going to be calling this retracement. I remember calling this, if you go look at my old time videos back when I was doing it back here, I said we need to stay above 52, and that's what we consolidated for so fucking long, and then we capitulated down to 36, and that was the goal point from here. I said we need to keep an eye on that $180 to 230 area, and that will be the top, and that's where we topped out right now. So for the short term right now, I'm going to be keeping an eye on retracement at this point. So the 4-hour chart, the retracement points are going to be the fib areas. So the next fib area is the 382 at 149. Then you have the 618 at 110. You have the 786 at 88. And then you have the main volume back down here at 55. So previously, last time this had that 3 run up right here, we actually had a pretty large retracement. So we're to use that 3 run up in the past as data for the run up right now. So we actually retraced 63% after we had the huge blow off top. So if we retrace it if we retrace 63% like we did previously, that would actually bring us down to this main support area here at around 71. So I don't think now is the time to be jumping into time. I think now is the time to be shorting time and looking out for that retracement back down to the main support at 72. I was waiting for 52 and it went down and I left it and then it ripped. Yeah, man, that's what it sounds like. 52. We need to stay above 52 for it to be bullish, and then we shit the bed right here for the FTX ordeal, and then it was just go. Man, if you would have got in on November 14th and just wrote it up, that's 481% you could have got. 481% in a bear market is insane. Absolutely insane. I don't think this thing has much juice left though. So I think we're going to be starting that heavy retracement similar to back here, guys. Because you can see we had the run up, sideways consolidation, run up, big capitulation. We had the run up, consolidation, run up, consolidation, run up. And now I think it's time for that big capitulation downwards. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on these general fib areas on the retracement. First retracement, most likely 382, 145. Break below that, the next one's the 618 at 112. And then break below that, you have the 786 at 88. And then you have the main support here at 71. And like I stated, last time we had this huge run-up capitulation, it retraced approximately 63%. So we're just going to use that data for the retracement area right here, and that would actually bring us back down to that main support area. That's 68%. So I'm going to be calling a retracement on this. But man, if you got in down here and sold the top, congratulations. That's some crazy money to be making in a bear market without doing leverage trading. I've never seen any commercials on any live streams. Me either, man. Me either. Who knows? Maybe that means I got put on the algorithm or something. YouTube's algorithm must mean I'm making some good content, right? For them to be spamming my channels with commercials. Who knows? That's just me trying to pat my own back. Let's see. 52 BTC just had a bit of a pump. Did it? Let's see. Yeah, it did have it's what's it up at now? 6664. Actually broke above this main volume area. That's why it took off. You can see we were testing this for quite a bit. This is the 2-hour chart. We were testing this main volume as resistance for quite a bit. We kept battle testing it, and as soon as we broke above it, BTC started to make a move. But if we just take a general look, still following this downtrend from November 15th, so that's something we got to keep an eye on. So you can see there's a ton of volume here on BTC. I mean, BTC looks like it wants to go up to around 16.7 or 16,737. I was talking earlier, like if BTC gets up to 16.8, I think that's going to be the highest that it goes. I think we're gonna go up to 16.8. We previously went here, but I think we're gonna be going up there. Everyone's gonna get euphoric, start putting their money back in, and then BTC is gonna start crashing. So on the way back down, you can see if we do break below the 236 right here at 16.47, there's a huge gap that needs to be filled. Similar on the way up, you can see there's a huge gap here. There's a huge gap here. And as soon as BTC broke over the 786 and entered that gap, we had a huge green wick. As soon as we broke that gap right here at 16.24, we had a huge green wick. So it's going to happen in reverse. So if we tag this downtrend and continue back down and actually break below this 236 right here, it's most likely going to be a quick retracement down to 16,000. And then if we break below that 0.5, you have another huge gap that needs to get filled back down to 15.75. I mean, there's a million people that are doing TAs on BTC, and any one of them can be right. I mean, BTC is super manipulated, but you can see we are still in this downtrend right here, and this move here still validates it. So some more movement to the upside to around 16,700 could be the case on BTC in the short term. But in the longer term, what I'm looking at in the longer term for BTC is this right here. Oh, this isn't the right. Yeah, what I'm looking for here in the short term or longer term is that capitulation down in this main support at 1388, 14,000, similar to this bear market capitulation. Everything seems to be playing out very, very, very similar to the 2018, besides the double top on BTC right here. So I actually had a hypothesis here, probably wrong. I'm probably very wrong on it, but you can see previously, when we got the high here, we had a double top. We had the top here. We had the sell. We had a top. And then you can see down here, we printed a green bottom on the WTX. And usually when we print a green bottom on the WTX in the week, that actually brings in the bottom is actually valid. Every time we've got a green signal on the WTX for BTC, it has called the bottom. But this one is not correct. So a lot of indicators that call the bottom are not correct because a lot of them did flash the bottom on the 18th of July. So I'm kind of thinking since we had a double top, we could be getting another double bottom here and flash another green signal on the WTX. And as soon as we flash that next green signal on the WTX, that is when I'm going to put the rest of my money in. And that most likely will happen when we get down to 14,000. I think we still need to see that last capitulation for BTC, and that's what will bring a bottom. And as you can see, the MACD is bearish, starting to head down pretty fast. RSI is pretty low, and the WTX is starting to enter that green territory. So I think the bottom's coming very, very soon. Remember, each one of these candles is a week long, so it's going to take a little bit longer to play out. So this candle ends in approximately 1 day and 23 hours, and then we'll have to assess the next one. So if it's the same, if it's the same or similar to the 2018, the next candle on the week should be a red one, and it should be a decent sized movement down. So in about a day or two, that's when we'll find out when this candle starts. And if we see that red candle to the movement to the downside, I think that's going to be the start to the capitulation down to around 14,000. How was my Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving was really good. We went over to, well, my wife's aunt's house there, and we had some turkey. We watched the Lions lose in the last 2 seconds of the game against the Bills. I actually bought a new car earlier last week. I bought a 2013 Toyota Camry SC Sports Edition, all gray with black rims. It's pretty badass. So got to drive that there. It's actually my wife's car. That was my first time driving it. The only reason we had to buy a new car is because she hit a deer and totaled her car. So we ended up buying a new car. So that was pretty cool. That's a pretty nice car. Not what I would have got, but she likes it. So Ethereum here, guys, we're on the week. Let's actually go back to the 4 hour on Ethereum. I'm not looking to pick up any more Ethereum. I picked up enough Ethereum during that last big drop. I hold a decent size amount. And actually I got into this NFT called Helix. I actually got into it on the mint when it was 1.2 or 0.12 ETH per mint. And I got 10 founder passes, and it's actually up to 0.6 ETH per founders pass now. And founder passes have been giving me random airdrops, and the random airdrops have been selling for a couple $100. So that was probably one of my best investments I've made during this bear market. And I've never really gotten into NFTs before. I just thought I'd diversify my portfolio and try to enter the NFT space. And I think I made a pretty good choice of getting into Helix. So Ethereum right now, it does look like we want to move to the upside. We actually broke above this main volume area, similar to BTC just now. So Ethereum and BTC, you can see both of them were battle testing the main volume area, and as soon as we broke above it, we had a quick run up. The thing about Ethereum though is we're entering this gap area right here, so it does look like a quick movement on Ethereum up to around 12,000, or not 12,000, 1,275, 1,260 might be the case here. God, another commercial. I'm usually careful, but deer just jump out. Yeah, she had no time. She's actually taking my son to daycare. All the airbags went off and everything, but they were all fine. But yeah, we live in Michigan. There's deer everywhere, dude, everywhere. And I live out in BFE. I mean, I love hunting and stuff like that, but yeah, I'm honestly surprised we haven't hit more. The cool part is with the price of cars and everything like that, she totaled a 2011 Corolla, and they gave us quite a bit for it. So that was nice with the price of cars and stuff like that. They gave us a decent sized amount for totaling it. So that was nice. I mean, we thought we were only get like $1,000, but they gave us quite a bit more than that. So that went straight to the new car. So for Ethereum right now, I'm gonna be looking for that gap fill up to around 12.5 in the short term. That'd actually be a move up to the 236 area for Ethereum. I drive like really slow. People hate me. Hey, better safe than sorry, man. Oh man. Well, now I want to kind of keep an eye on Ren. Let's see what Ren's doing. Watch, as soon as I buy it, it's going to start pumping. No, it's, oh shit. It's continuing down. Next stop is 9.7. At 30 minutes bear, still overbought. What I like about this short play is what I do when I enter my shorts. I start at the low time frame and just continue up. So if we just look at the 1 minute time frame, I'm just gonna go over my general. Yeah, so I'm just look at my general. This is my general process when I short. So 1 minute chart, yeah, we got a buy signal there, but I'm not too worried about it. Usually I look at, say we were overbought here on the 1 minute chart, then I go to the 2 minute chart, so on and so forth, and just continue to go up, just look at how the indicators are showing. And if we just jump to the 30 minute, you can see we're still overbought on the RSI. We're still continuing bearish on the MACD. the WTX is starting to tail down. So we got two indicators saying, hey, we're still bearish, and then I continue going up higher. So we go to the 1 hour chart. 1 hour chart, we actually just started flipping bearish on the MACD. RSI is well overbought. We did print a sell signal on the WTX as well. So those are looking very, very good. And then, you know, you just continue going to the hour time frames until you don't enter the overbought area. And you can see 4 hour time frame, we entered the overbought and just flashed that signal. So of course, if we go to the 1 day chart, we won't be in the overbought area. So see, we're not in the overbought area on the 1 day chart. So that's what we're kind of looking at. It's going to be a cascading effect on the time frames. And usually when we enter the 1 day chart and that 1 day chart gets into that overbought territory, that's when you got to start looking about exiting your shorts. But yeah, Ren short's looking pretty damn good. I'm glad I took the time to enter that during the live stream. Actually did pretty high leverage on it too, because this looks really, really good. But who knows? Everybody could be doing the same thing, and then we could get a scam wick up to the main volume area, then everyone gets liquidated. Wouldn't that suck? Yeah, but now it's finding resistance here at the 236. So it's a good thing we broke below the 236 right here in the 1 hour. And you can see it's a hammer candle. So we're most likely going to be heading in the downwards area. And you can see we're gradually getting into lower and lower volume areas. So these candles are going to start getting larger and larger. So we need to maintain below this 236 right here at 10.47 for Ren. And as of right now on the hour chart, it's looking pretty good. This 1 hour chart closes in approximately 23 minutes and 33 seconds. Oh, you can see we're currently testing it right now. It's kind of fun watching the candles. That's kind of what I do when I enter my shorts and longs when I'm not streaming and stuff like that. Kind of just pull up the charts here and go to the different time frames and watch the candles grow and retrace. Pretty cool. You can actually see how well the fib extension works. Because I just drew this random fib, I drew this fib extension, and it's not like I'm just drawing it anywhere. I drew it from the bottom to the top and everything like that. And it's crazy how the fib extension, how valid it actually is. You can see it, the general support and resistance areas, how close it follows it. So that's kind of cool. It's probably one of the most powerful tools, I think, in TA, and not a lot of crypto people, or not a lot of TA people use them as the fib extensions. I think that's very unfortunate because it's one of the most powerful tools. Uh-oh, we just broke above the 236 right here. Yeah, I'm not worried. Another commercial. Oh. Yeah, so what we're doing, we're gonna see what's pumping today. Let's see, 24 hours. We got Hubi HT up 20%, Kava. Doge is up 13.5% on the news that Elon Musk and Vitalik or whatever are going to partner together. And I need to write a strongly worded letter to YouTube. They're doing a money grab. Let's look at some Doge. I actually was thinking about shorting Doge earlier today. So, yeah, so pretty much all you have to do, well, I don't think Elon Musk tweeted it. Some other big YouTubers said, or some news came out earlier today that they might possibly partner together, Elon and Vitalik, and work on making Doge an actual useful blockchain. But you can see we're starting that retracement right here. Previously, when we had a 3 candle run up like this, we had a pretty large retracement. You can see there's a gap right here that needs to get filled. If we do break below this 9.3 cents area, think because I use a blocker, it blocks the feed. So here we are. Doge, what are we looking at for Doge? We're on the 30-minute right now. We're not going to look at the 30-minute. We're going to look at the 1 hour. Oh man, Doge looks like it wants to continue to go. Honestly, we had a bearish fake out right here. We're massively overbought though. But like I said previously, when I charted Doge's, you know, TA means nothing when Elon Musk tweets something about it, but I don't think he tweeted anything about this. But nonetheless, it ran. So it's kind of looking like it's topping out around 9.5, 10 cents here. Well, the 236, our negative 236 is all the way up here at 9.7. I personally wouldn't be investing in it right now. We're well overbought. You see, previously when we ran up here, we were not in the overbought territory. We just entered that overbought territory now. I actually printed 3 sell signals, well oversold on the RSI. The crazy part is the MACD still wants to run. So 2 of the 3 indicators are calling overbought. And if we look in the past, when's the last time we got a double sell signal? Last time we got a double sell signal was way back here on October 22nd. Yeah, so for Doge right now, what we need to focus on here is staying above the 236 and 9.3. We break below 9.3. The next stop is going to be this 382 main support area. The crazy part about it is if we do get down here, we have a double support. You can see we have a main support and a 382 that are very close together. So it's going to be very difficult to fall below that. And that's actually where the volume picks back up. So if we break below the 236, I think it's going to be a quick drop down to this general area at around 9 cents, 9.1. And then we might see a bounce from there. So a slight pullback and a continuation higher for Doge could definitely be the case. So we had the run up, slight run up, capitulation, run up, pull back down here, and then run up to the 236 at around 9.6. Oh boy. Crazy. So what coins you guys looking at? What do you want me to look at tonight? I have enough time for a couple more coins. Then I'm actually hosting Thanksgiving tomorrow. So after the live stream, I'm going to be cleaning up. Have to clean up the house and all that fun stuff. So I think one of the main takeaways from the stream tonight is YFI looks like it's about to retrace heavy. Ren looks fantastic for a short. I think those are the 2 big takeaways from tonight's live stream. And of course, when we look at BTC, in my personal opinion, looks like it's going to capitulate one more time. Brain Trust. Holy shit, that's an actual coin. Down 3.3% at 78 cents, 250 million max. CoinGecko doesn't have the market cap for the circulating supply. Wow, got up to $46 last bull run. Actually, that was the initial coin launch. That looks like a rug. It came out at 32 and then initially everyone sold it. Oh, it's available on Coinbase. BTRST. Man, Coinbase has been listing some random ass shit. Oh my. Doesn't look bad. I mean, the RSI is pretty low. We're about ready to enter the overbought. We haven't printed a buy signal yet on the WTX. MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways. I would not be investing in something like this though, just judging by the history of it. But everyone does their own thing. So as of right now, we're getting held up at the 786. The 786 is our lifeline support. You can see it held up pretty great right here before I had the slight run up, and then we had the capitulation back down. 786 is now our support. If we do break below the 786, it's most likely going to be a really quick drop back down to 73 cents. You can see there's a pretty large gap there in the volume area. And previously when we entered that gap area, we had some large movement to the downside and reversal onto the upside as well. So for short term right now, I think we're going to be dropping down to around 78 cents. We're at 78.6 right now, so keep an eye on 78 cents. Indicators are definitely looking good though for a reversal, so a bounce from there could be the case, and then we have to focus on the main volume area 618 to get over. There's a ton of volume from 93 all the way down to 786. You can see we really don't have any large gaps to fill. It's pretty much just very healthy volume in this general area. So 786 kind of looks like the bottom right here, and then we'll start working our way back up. Focus on the main volume at 79. Break above that, you have the 618 here at 81, and then we'd assess the situation there. You can see we've already tested that as resistance quite a bit and got rejected quite a few times, and that's what caused this capitulation down in the 786 area. So I guess the 786 will be the storyteller. If we break below 78, quick drop down to around 74. If we get that bounce off there, it does look like we're going to be going up to the 618 at around 81 cents. Then we'll assess the situation at that time. They listed pool. Oh boy. Okay. So with that, guys, I have time to chart one more coin. I'm actually going to do another live stream on Sunday, and it's going to be a longer live stream, and I'm going to do some giveaways. So Sunday, I'm going to do a giveaway. So the person who won the bear NFT did not claim it, and then they had till the end of today to claim it. So if they do not claim that by midnight my time, I will be giving the bear NFT away on Sunday, and I will also be giving away another swag, so another t-shirt, whatever that you get to pick from. So I'm going to be doing 2 giveaways on Sunday's live stream. So we're going to be doing another one in a couple days here on Sunday, taking tomorrow off, and we'll do another live stream on Sunday. We'll do a giveaway on Sunday. So in order to participate in that giveaway, you have to be a member of the channel. You know, that's that $4.99 a month. Links in the description below. Or you have to own one of my OG coins from my NFT marketplace. I think they're super cheap right now because they're Ethereum. I think they're like $5 for the cheapest OG coin right now. $6. You own one of those OG coins, it gets you entered in the drawing as well. It gets you entered. You only have to buy it once, and it enters you in every single drawing that I do. The more you own, the more entries you get. So if you're a member and you own an OG coin, you get 2 entries. If you're a member, you own an OG coin. There's several different OG coins. So if you're a member and you own several different OG coins, you get that many entries on top of that. So like Chef Natron has like 4 entries because he has an OG gold, the normal OG coin. He's a member of the channel, all that jazz. So that's how you participate in the giveaway. So with that, guys, I am going to end the live stream. I appreciate everyone coming out tonight and sticking with me. Apparently I had some technical difficulties earlier in the stream, but we're going to get it all squared away, and I'll be back at it on Sunday, and we're going to be doing some deep dives on Sundays. I think by Sunday, that's where we're going to start seeing some heavy movement on BTC. I think end of this week, beginning of the week is going to be very, very volatile for Bitcoin, and we might be starting to see that capitulation on BTC. Oh shit. So with that, guys, appreciate everyone coming out tonight. Make sure you smash that like button, join my Discord channel. If you want to support the channel, make sure you become a member. $4.99 a month, get special BTC logo next to your name and everything like that. And I'll see you all on Sunday.